go!
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Woodward Sports, let's go!
Woodward Sports Network, let's go!
Good morning and welcome to the Morning Woodward Show. It is Joey holding it down again today. Your boy Stick will be back tomorrow. And we got to introduce the show today. We got my boy Corey. What up, Corey?
What's the word, y'all?
And I think we could keep Jeff up here after yesterday, right? He did well.
Yeah, he did well. He died.
He had a CP3 performance.
Let's not get into that. We're going to get into that, I should say, yeah.
And Jeff, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, hold up. I ain't hearing the mic. Oh, plug the mic in. Like, come on. There we go. Now we're good.
Is it on? All right.
Do we hear him, Fish?
All right. You know what? That was a little mishap, but we're back.
And then we go to the fish bowl. My boy Fish, who can't swim. It's the first fish I've ever met that can't swim. Even though I can't swim,
He's a
or
land
Corey
fish.
can't swim.
He's a land fish.
And, of course, Alex Westfall. What up, Alex? So today we got a lot to talk about because, man, my dude that's been talking about Suns in 4, starting to look like it might be Suns in 4. CP3 might be getting his first ring. But to kick off the show, we got to talk about the Lions and just a defensive outlook for the team because, Corey, you've been diving deep, obviously, being our Detroit Lions insider here at Woodward Sports. How do you feel about the Detroit Lions defense this season compared to last year, and have you seen some improvements?
Well, again, we can talk about improvement. You know what? I'm not even going to go into have I seen improvements yet because they have not started training camp yet, so I don't want to be out here selling wolf tickets. Everybody looks good in practice. I've heard that before from, guys like Joy, but everybody looks good in practice. There's no pressure. There's no expectations. The one thing, like I can say, when I saw one of the former Lions players there, and I was talking to him about, getting some knowledge on things that was taking place, he said compared from this year to last year, they seem to be running their drills correctly and have a lot more intensity. With that being said, what do I expect from the Lions defense this year compared to last year? If we're being honest, there's nowhere to go but up because they were historically trash last year. And, let me just run down some of the numbers. First off, they were just dead last year. They were, 30, what? I'm just looking at these numbers. 30th in interceptions.
Anytime it starts with a 3, that's not good.
30th in interceptions, 26th in sacks, 22nd in points. I could keep on going. I can keep on going on. There's I'm looking at this chart where they're having all the Lions rankings, and they're like dead last red all across the board. Pass touchdowns allowed 32nd, rushing touchdowns 28th, rushing attempts allowed 29. It's like I can go on and on and on. In the red zone, they were 30th, 32nd, 30th, and 32nd again in red zone touchdowns allowed and red zone attempts and the percentage. So it's nowhere to go but up. And with the way that they're going ahead and changing the defense, I like that they brought in Aubrey Pleasant, Flint native, as to be the secondary coach and the passing game coordinator.
You've been speaking really highly about him too.
Because the thing is, I see the guy out there, and he was getting in on him. Now, training camp is coming up in a few weeks, so we're gonna see what happens when they're in pads, what happens when that intensity is dialed up. Because, hey, you can basically just say July is over. We are a couple of weeks away from the Lions' first preseason game. So now we're about to start to see this intensity dialed up, and I want to see what they're going to go ahead and do. Levi's look good in practice. I talked about Jeff Okudah, who has said in the the press conferences that he's learning the game better than he has before. And Aaron Glenn has talked about that you're going to see a different Jeff Okudah this season because he is more comfortable in his role. He knows his expectations. He's seeing game tape differently. And also with the Lions going to a 3-4 defense, you're going to see now Trey Flowers out there playing linebacker, and he's going to go back into the to defensive end when they get into their sub packages, and he's looking really good in practice, looking a little slimmed down. Tavai, That guy, they had that guy playing at 270, and a couple of weeks ago he said he dropped down to 245, and he's looking to shed about 15 more pounds. So if he comes in there 230, you're going to see a different player out of him. So there's a lot of question marks. It's a lot of question marks. And I'm not going to sit up here and say, oh, we're about to have a top 15 defense, a top 10 defense, or a top 20. I'm just going to say this. With them being dead last across the board last year, dead last, there's really nowhere to go but up.
No, he makes a good point with the question mark.
Yeah, follow that up, Jeff.
Especially with the question marks, on this defense. If you had to pick a specific player, the answers could vary. For me, I'm going to go with Jeff Okudah as well. I believe, going into his second year, not only because of the scheme change, but obviously cornerback is one of the hardest positions to transition to in the NFL, and just the speed of the game. And I believe Okudah has raw talent. Obviously, you can talk about the no PI calls in college, but if you just look at last year, obviously he was injured, and we don't have to talk about who he was coached by, but this year with Aaron Glenn being his coach, Aaron Glenn was a very underrated corner. The guy had like 4 or more seasons with 7 seasons with like 4 or more picks. So he can get interceptions, and what a guy to learn from to be your cornerback coach and the defensive coordinator. So I'm excited. And I think Jeff Okudah is going to have a great second year. So that's got to be my pick for this year, to be honest.
Yeah, Michael Brockers is one that I got my eye on too. Like seeing him in LA his entire career playing for the Rams. Well, not in LA the whole career, but playing for the Rams. And then just seeing the way that he's statistically just getting better every single season. We're going to kind of look at him to be a leader of this defense this year. But the biggest thing that I think for this defense is the leadership. That's the biggest thing everybody's talking about is the leadership. And I'm not going to jump too soon and jump on the bandwagon saying that, this coaching staff is making us feel so good that that's going to result in better defense and better coaching staff, but they're at least making us feel good.
Yeah, my guy John, he just went ahead and posted something really good, and he's been observing the team for quite a while, and he's true. The Lions, their linebacker corps need a lot of work there. There are just so many question marks with this team that I just want to caution Lions fans on one thing, and I believe I said this the other day. Just pick a couple of players that you want to rally behind and see them do well and kind of focusing on them. And then as the season goes, kind of start formulating your expectations there because everything is so brand new. So for me, a couple of guys that I'm going to be looking at, obviously I'm going to be looking at Jeff Okudah because he was a number 3 draft pick last year, and you want to see him not have a sophomore slump because let's be real, he had a rookie slump, and apparently, as we all know, that's not necessarily all of his fault. One guy we'll be looking at is Levi. I just think that he's going to have I don't want to say a great year, but I think he's going to have if he plays to the expectations that he says that he has for himself and the expectations that Aaron Glenn has for him, we should at least see a serviceable to good rookie season out of him. I want to see what Trey Flowers is going to do in his new role. And you get brought up about Michael Brockers. I want to see what Michael Brockers is going to do because he's coming in with a chip on his shoulder, just like many of the Lions players this season. So, again, it's so many question marks.
The game that I know we keep talking about us playing the Rams October 24th, but you look at so many people, even Brockers, there's so many people that game means so much to. And we talked about the importance of that game. Obviously, it's deep into the season, so there's a lot more focus before that game. But seeing Brockers coming from the Rams, being in that situation, and then we get their quarterback, and then we send Stafford over there. I'm just really excited to see that unfold.
It's more than just Stafford. More than just Goff. It's more than Brockers. We also took the passing game coordinator. Coaches. We also took the GM and the assistant GM. All of those guys are going to be going essentially back home when the Lions go play the Rams. So that's going to be let's be real. That's a game that they all have circled on that calendar. But
what about our formation change, though?
I'm curious. I have not seen the Lions in the 3-4 like that, so I'm curious to see what that is going to do. I think that's going to bode well for Trey Flowers.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be the real big benefactor from that.
The biggest thing, too, and this is a good comment, too, so thank you for commenting. Wherever you're watching right now, please join the conversation. Comment, even if you want to call in, 313-552-6322 to be a part of the show. Commenters talking about Darius Slay and how it wasn't just year one where Darius Slay became the Pro Bowler that he was. It took him a couple years. Probably
he did.
Season 3 or 4 is really when he became who he is today.
It really did. I mean, Slade was our best. Slade, I don't even keep saying that. Slade was the Lions' best corner, but early on, that wasn't really saying much because Slade let's be real, Slade used to get beat a lot.
Yeah.
He used to get cooked. But as time grew on, he got better, and he had a good couple of seasons. And now I'm gonna be honest with the Eagles, he's looking kind of like he did when he started. He's looking okay. So,
and it kind of makes the point, and going back to cornerback's probably the hardest, position to transition to because, first 2-3 years, I think you're still like having the game slow down. Like for Okudah, his only sophomore year, like Corey was saying, yeah, you can have a sophomore slump, but when Slade went into that third year, I think he was, I don't want to say a veteran, but he was ready. I mean, the game is slowed down for him, and it's not like a wide receiver. You can just come right into the NFL and catch the football. Like cornerbacks, you're going against like world-class athletes and lining up against them day one. For some cornerbacks like Okudah, you had a matchup with Devontae Adams. You have to take 1A of every team if you're on a bad team and you're the top corner. So he just was in a bad situation, but I'm excited this year to be mentored by a guy, Aaron Glenn. That's an opportunity right there.
I'm jealous of everybody commenting, by the way. Like, I see Gail commenting and a few others saying
everybody's sitting there going to
they're going to L.A. Like, that for real is the Lions Super Bowl this season.
Yeah. We got people here going to the game from WSN.
Yeah.
Got a couple people. I saw
Corey
their tickets. We'll see.
I'm thinking about it.
What up, Fish?
Well, they're going to L.A. because the Super Bowl is in L.A.
Literally. But the Lions probably won't be playing in the actual Super Bowl, I don't think.
They probably will not. But they're just going to LA in October instead of February. That's all.
Yeah.
It's just a different day. But they're going to the Super Bowl venue. So.
Well, the good thing is, like Corey said, we're pretty much ranked 30 and up in every single part of our defense. So it's only going up from here. Yep. And there's been a lot of good optimism and positive energy around the Lions defense and Okudah, and saying the way that Okudah kind of threw all the blame on the coach is the one thing that I'm kind of looking to see, because we all know the blame was on the coach.
Well, you know what? I didn't want to say Okudah threw all the blame on the coaches. It's even the newer the newer coaches is like, yo, this guy needed help for his position. So for me, this was my first, OTAs and mini camp. So there's a lot of things that I, just trying to work my way around there, and what to look for, what to look out for. So now that I got my feet wet, know where everything, how a lot of things are going on. When this training camp comes, I'm gonna have more of a deep dive and more answers from my perspective as far as how I feel the team is coming along. But again, just from right now, the guys look good in practice, but it's practice. Let's see what happens when this intensity is dialed up and they have to go out on the field and perform.
And it's 7-on-7 practice on top of that. So it's like
Right.
we really haven't seen anything at all. It's good to see people out there looking athletic. I mean, you would expect to see that. So
yeah, I mean, the thing is,
NFL players.
let's see what the Lions do when the pressure comes. Let's see when they gotta face adversity, and let's see what happens when they lose their first game.
Yeah.
Or maybe they don't look as good as I talked about how they looked in practice. Maybe they don't look that good when it comes to the first preseason game. That's when when this new regime finally takes the field, then we're gonna be able to say, okay, we're gonna have something to kind of go off of.
Ranks for the season for our defense. Obviously, we were 30th.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think we'll end up in this season? Still too soon, but
Right.
just guesses. What do you guys think?
Still, okay, I will go with the hope. It's too soon to project where they are because I don't know how this whole package is going to play on the field. But I'm hoping that they're somewhere near between that 20th to 23rd range, because at least you say, okay, we need work, but we're not all the way bad. We're not bottom of the basement. So I'm hoping that they finish somewhere between 20th and 23rd.
And I was actually just about to say low 20s because if you look at this team on paper, if anything, the defense is the same, but we got rid of a couple players. So it's not like we've significantly improved the defense besides drafting, a couple of nose tackles from the draft in a corner. But I'll say about Corey, maybe 20 to 25 range. I mean,
okay.
Anything with 3 in it is not good.
That's all I don't. If we get 29th or under, I'm going to be happy this season.
Yeah.
29th or under.
Especially if we're only predicting about 5 wins. It's not like we can have a top 15 defense, top 10 defense with 5 wins.
Yeah, so, I mean, again, I'm going to caution the Lions fans, keep your expectations realistic. If they overperform, then it's a good thing. But do not go in here setting yourself up thinking that this is about because oh, they finally removed Matt Patricia, that this is about to be a top 15 defense and a top 10 offense. Don't do that to yourselves, because what you're gonna do is, when you place these lofty expectations on a brand new head coach and a brand new regime, and they do not succeed, you're gonna be one of the main ones trying to usher them out of town quicker than they should be.
We're going to come back talking Bucks, Suns, NBA Finals, and CP3 possibly on his way to getting that #1 ring in his career. But first, want to give a shout out to Coast Portland, because we could not live without this. And this Sunday, actually, Corey, myself, and Stick, we're going to be doing our little camping show part 2, thanks to the Petoskey RV Resort. And those products that you see right there, the headlamps, the knives, all the safety gear and cutting tools, we couldn't live without, so I know you can't live without it. We're going to give you a code right now for 20% off. It's WSN20. Go to coastportland.com and get you some right now.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We're recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire a graduate
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show. It is Joey with my boys, Corey and Jeff. And yesterday night, an amazing game. Started out with Booker just literally rolling in style. I wanted you to see this. My favorite thing about Devin Booker is that he's a 24-year-old kid rolling up in a classic like this. Dude, that's what I want to get. When I get money in my career, that's what I want right there.
Yeah, he's got all the nice sports cars. Why not?
I mean, you know, let's be real. I'm not going to say this is the reason why. I'm just going to be funny. I'm just going to have some fun with it. Where is Devin Booker from?
Grand Rapids.
Maybe he might have strolled down here for the Woodward Dream Cruise a couple of times and, you know, fell in love and said, okay, I'm going to go get me some old school classics. You never know.
But this entire game from the start, like, even Giannis playing, this was just before the game started, they announced Giannis is going to be playing. And we talked on the show yesterday. Didn't think that it was going to have that much of an impact. Obviously, it's still the leader of the Bucks. But when you see Booker coming out, and then the third quarter, CP3 stepping up, just showing that this is my first finals appearance, I'm here to play.
To your point about CP3, I mean, that third quarter he was 6 for 7, scored 16 points, 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. I mean,
can we talk about picture perfect right here too? The way that the Suns played ball with that pick and roll, getting that mismatch with Brook Lopez on him was the greatest coaching thing that I've ever seen. And the Bucks could not adapt.
Monty Williams looks so relaxed in these finals, man. He looks like a true professional.
And again, when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I said that I feel the Bucks should win in 6, and you know it's only one game, so it's still very possible. But again, if you check the tape yesterday, I said I'm worried about the coaching situation because Mike Budenholzer does not look like a guy that's composed, and to Jeff's point, Monty Williams looked like he's ready, and I think that Monty Williams can out-coach Budenholzer, and we saw it last night. Now, Giannis did take the floor, and first off, I'm going to commend him for taking the floor. After having a hyperextended knee and to come back that soon, props to him. Now, personally, I felt that Giannis should not have played even if he was ready to go. Why? Because the turnaround time for a hyperextended knee is 10 to 14 days. I feel like if you lose game 1 without Giannis, there's no shame in that. Let the guy rest, give him a couple more days, maybe bring him back game 2. Who knows? Maybe not. You don't want to. Maybe I can see not want to risk bringing him back into the third game because you could fall yourself in a 0-2 hole. But they were on a hot streak. They won their last 2 games without him. I felt that they should have just let him rest. He went out there, and to his credit, he looked he looked a step slower. I said I said yesterday I'd rather have 75%, 80% Giannis more than anybody. He didn't look 75 to 80% even when being productive, and it looked like it kind of threw the Bucks offense and rhythm out of whack a little bit, just in my opinion. So they're down 0-1. You definitely can't sit him for game 2. You missed your shot to sit this guy. You got to ride it out now, and if he's going to be playing like that, I'm not sure. Again, the guy looked down. The guy looked like he could go. But just because he can go, that doesn't mean that you should play him.
I mean, you say 75%. I don't know. He looked like LeBron James on this right here. When my man went for this chase down block, he looked like he was back 100% and ready for this championship.
He had some. But
He's
look at
always
this.
lurking.
But look at this. Giannis was 6 for 11. That is not Giannis. I mean, 6 for 11 is good. It's a good percentage. But 11 attempts, that's not Giannis. He gets the ball in volume. That's not his game.
I was just about to say this. Talk about Mike Budenholzer. The only good adjustment this man made was probably putting Giannis at the 5, because doing that number one, made them very deadly in transition and fast breaks, because as soon as Giannis got put at the 5, they started making a run, and then Phoenix just shut him right down with CP3. Corey said it, 16 points in the third quarter. He had that nasty and one over Brook Lopez shooting that 3. But more importantly, can we just thank and admire the toughness of Chris Paul? The guy is playing with a banged-up shoulder from round 1. He's playing with, obviously, he just sprained his ankle on top of Brook Lopez. He has torn ligaments in his hand.
That was his fault, by the way. I mean, the way he kicks out his leg like that every time.
Yeah, you're probably right. But the fact that he has 3 injuries and is still putting up back-to-back 30-plus point games at the age of 36, he is aging like fine wine. He's probably the best 36-year-old I've watched other than LeBron and Kareem. I mean, he is very good. I mean, look at him. He looks just right over Brook Lopez, right in his face. And but the thing that disappointed me, Corey hit it right on the head. Corey hit it right on the head. You talk about Giannis. You talk about his 6 for 11 shots. Come on, man. That didn't look like Giannis. It did, the block and stuff like that, but his overall aggression, Chris Middleton shouldn't lead the team by almost double everyone's shots. I mean, he was the only one that looked like he was fighting out there in the fourth quarter. He was shooting threes. He was trying to stay involved, but Drew Holiday, we did talk about yesterday. He's going to have to step up. He was a little disappointing, too. On defense, he was doing all he could, but offensively, he just didn't look. Drew Holiday has to play better. Chris Middleton, I'm impressed with. I think he played pretty well, and I think Giannis, like Corey said, they missed their chance to rest him, so they're going to have to force him to play the rest of the series. But he's going to have to be more aggressive, because if they put him at the 5, especially, they don't have anybody that can really guard him, not to really match his size. I mean, Mikal Bridges has the wingspan, but no one's 6'11", that big. And
after that block, though, I don't know if Bridges got it anymore.
It probably shook him.
I don't know. I would retire after that one.
Yeah, that did look like the LeBron block. But
yeah, my biggest issue with this right now is, listen, I'm not going to discredit Giannis and say he's not a good basketball player, not a great basketball player, because he definitely is. But I feel like he is being praised way too much, even in this return. I said this yesterday. Said Giannis returning is not going to make that big of a difference, because you saw it with Drew Holiday, 27 points and then 25 points in the 2 games without Giannis. You saw it with Middleton going off, letting them go out there on their own and play without Giannis. Showed that they had something to prove.
But let's be real. That was against the Atlanta Hawks.
For sure.
These are the Phoenix Suns. This is the Hawks. They did great. They overachieved, but this is a whole different level of competition, because without Giannis, they still could have got that ass smoked yesterday with the way that the Suns are playing. They are playing lights out right now. The thing is, Chris Paul right now smells blood.
Oh, yeah.
He's like a shark in the water. He will never be close. He's 3 games away from his first ring. He's not going to retire. Again, I'm saying this. I'm not saying Chris Paul's going to retire, but if he were to retire after these rings, he's good. I've accomplished everything that I need to accomplish. I can ride off into the sunset on a high note and nobody see my decline. So right now, I don't think I was wrong. The Suns look like a team that is on a mission. Not only does Chris Paul want to win it for himself, look at his teammates. His teammates want to go out there and win it for him. They want this ring for him bad. So whether, again, Giannis, that's why I feel they should have sat Giannis for game 1 and rolled the dice and see what happened. That way Giannis comes back game 2, a couple of days more rest. healthier, then you get to see, okay, now let's see how they look. Because you need him on the court to at least have a chance. Without Giannis on the court, it is a wrap.
And let me say this too. One thing, especially in the finals, I mean, if you look at the free throw differential, I mean, it was bad. For Phoenix to shoot 25 for 26, they missed one free throw the entire game, compared to Milwaukee's 9 for 16. I know Giannis shot most of those free throws, so it explains the bad percentage. But
free throws wins championships.
It does. You get to the
really
line,
does.
and people were arguing, yes, the refs. Maybe they might have been feeling the Suns a little bit last night. There was a lot of calls were a little iffy, and I saw Chris get bumped a lot of. There was a couple times where he got absolutely slaughtered going to the rim, but that's the finals. You got to keep playing through contact, and the Suns really got to the line, and they got the job done. Milwaukee's got to be more aggressive next game, getting to the line, getting Giannis involved in the post. But I'm impressed with guys like Brook Lopez. I mean, the team around Giannis, besides Drew Holiday, is stepping up. They just need to stay consistent like that every game. Like, we got to have Brook go off again. We got to have these guys go off again.
And also, too, I want to bring up something that Joey brought up about, Giannis not making that big of a difference. I'll say that in this aspect, Giannis is a liability at the free throw line. And that's something that they may not be able. They're not going to have enough time to work on it right now. But in the offseason, that's something they gotta work on, because you having a top tier talent like that, and you have so many question marks around your teammate, around the rest of your team. You at least need your star player to be able to go to the line and at least hit between at least 80. Give me at least 80%.
100%.
Give me at least 80%, Giannis. Giannis gets at least 80%. Then a lot of problems get alleviated for that Bucks team. But right now, I think it's going to come down to coaching, and if it comes down to coaching, you know what? Cue the Suns and the 4 guy.
I honestly, I don't get what Budenholzer was doing in this game. When you see that pick and roll, it's basic. That's basketball 101.
Yep.
Pick, roll, got the guard with the center on him. Just flip. What if the roles are reversed and it's Brook Lopez down low, Chris Paul guarding him? What are you going to do as a coach?
Make a damn adjustment.
Yeah.
Do something.
You can't.
Don't just go out there and roll out the status quo and think that you're about to go ahead and somehow get back in this game. Even though the Clippers got knocked out the playoffs, that was one thing that kept them in there, was Ty Lue kept making adjustments. That's the main reason they stayed in there that long. Adjustments. It's a part of the game. Budenholzer doesn't do any adjustments.
No, if we want to talk about adjustments, I don't know what he kept doing with these switching every pick and roll, but if you want to get Bobby Portis and Pat Connaughton on CP3, you better watch him work from the sidelines, Mike Budenholzer, because you saw it. He was getting at him. It looked like 25-year-old Chris Paul, the way he was handling that ball, man. He was crossing everybody up, and that's what he's going to do. He's going to get mismatches. You saw late in the game they were getting Devin Booker onto Pat Connaughton. I mean, that's the matchup. Brian Forbes, these little guards, they're getting the matchups they want, and Mike's just letting it happen. They got to make adjustments. You can't let Monty Williams just pick you apart, or CP3. They're both working together in that aspect.
If they get swept or lose in 5 games, do you move on from Mike Budenholzer?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I mean, because
I just don't see it in him.
I don't see it.
Like, he's got good players. That's the reason why they are where they are. But as a coach, what is he doing? I mean, this is the NBA Finals. You got to be able to adjust in a split second, no matter what it is. When you see that out there, it's a pick and roll. You cannot adjust to a pick and roll as an NBA coach.
No, yeah. The only way I think he keeps his job is if this series goes 7, and he can argue, well, we could have had this game, or we could have had this game. But if he gets swept, get him out of here. I mean, you've shown enough. They got bounced last year in the bubble. Yes, they made the finals this year, but you could argue it's because the Nets weren't healthy, and there's other teams that might have not have been healthy. But get Mike out of there if they especially if they get swept. The Suns and 4 guy comes out, you got to fire him, get him out of there.
I agree. I believe that this guy has overstayed his welcome. I wish that some of these other guys that have taken these coaching positions, they would have probably held out, because I would have loved to see Chauncey Billups is going to do good in Portland, but who knows, maybe he might have been able to get through a young group like the Bucks, or maybe a J Kidd. I don't think they would have brought J Kidd back, but we'll see what he does with Dallas. But
right,
again, Budenholzer ain't it. This guy looks like he just
Bottom line, he ain't it. You could find somebody else.
This is Budenholzer every game.
Literally, I don't even know. He doesn't even know what to do.
I still can't get out of my head yesterday that he looks like he bet his whole bank account on
he
the
bet
game.
his whole bank
You should have
account.
seen him last night. He looked the exact same way. He was freaking out every single play.
It's weird though because he already bet all of his bank account and he lost it. So I don't know how's he doing it again.
Now he's just bitter.
He's gonna look the same damn way game 2.
Yeah, right.
Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. And a shout out to DeAndre Ayton too, first player with 15 points and 15 rebounds in a finals debut since Tim Duncan in 1999.
That's impressive.
Anytime you got a Tim Duncan stat right there,
And
it's impressive.
we talked about yesterday, him on the boards is going to be important. The guy almost got a 20-20 vision from that, 20 points, 20 rebounds.
Yep.
So that's someone you got to look out for. Brook Lopez isn't a strong rebounder. I mean, Giannis, again, leading the team in rebounds, but that shouldn't happen, dude. I mean, DeAndre Ayton's going to clean that glass up, and it's gonna affect the series. You keep watching.
And real quick, before we, switch subject about DeAndre, I just want to add this one thing. It's really great to see that a traditional center still has a place in the game, and Monty Williams is involving him. So, with all the whole stretch 4, gotta be, all this. Don't get it wrong. It's great to have a, stretch 5, a guy who can go out and hit the 3 and everything like that. But he's showing that traditional center still do have a place, and he's balling.
And he can hit free throws.
Yeah.
Man, that's underrated about him. He can hit free throws.
My favorite is them counting up to 12 every single time. It's right at 12 seconds. He always releases that free throw.
Did you notice later in the game he started getting it off earlier? Like he was getting off at 12 towards the end. Every time they hit 10, he was shooting it. I'm like, wow, if you're making him change his shot, it's working.
Like, just bad.
No,
Horrible
it's
free
bad.
throw shooting.
Yeah.
But Corey said he wanted to move on because Corey wanted to talk about levels and his grand opening. July 23rd. It might be Corey's birthday tomorrow, but July 23rd is Corey's real birthday, where Woodward Sports is going to be live in Centerline for this event. And what does this mean to you, Corey?
As long as Gary Payton is there, I'm good. And I'm not talking about the player.
Corey asked, is it okay if I don't get paid for that day? I was like, why not? He was like, yeah, just pay me in goods from Levels. That's all I want for the day.
It's respectable.
So we're going to honor that request, Corey. Enjoy Levels on Instagram. Go give them a follow, and we will see you July 23rd in Centerline for this grand opening.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Good morning, everyone!
Extra, extra, read all about it!
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go!
Let's go for the Suns taking down the Bucks. We just finished talking about this. 118-105 final score, game 1 of the NBA Finals. And I said yesterday Suns in 5. I think the Bucks are still going to just pull away one of those games. I mean, it's the finals. It's going to be one game that they probably grab, but nothing beyond that.
I said Bucks in 6. Maybe I should have meant Bucks going to lose in 6. Or maybe Bucks going to be looking like last night. Bucks about to lose.
Yeah, so what's up, Corey? Yesterday, huh? The Bucks.
Yeah, you got to be quick to change, Corey. This team looks good, man.
I mean,
he's like Budenholzer. He can't change.
can't
decide quick enough.
You
can't adjust. Can't adjust these bets, Corey.
Here we go. We got to go ahead and sandbag before. I mean, them boys look like hot garbage. I'll trade. You know what? The way that team played last night, I'll trade all of them for a bag of Faygo, for some Red Hots and a bag of Faygo, whatever.
It's Corey's famous line. It's Corey's famous line.
I'm just like, they're making me look bad. I'm discombobulated up here.
And Bryson DeChambeau, Aaron Rodgers taking down Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady to win the Capital One. The match, they call it. You see them right there.
After all that trash talk Tom did and he took the L, man, that's funny.
Honestly, I never thought Tom Brady could be a loser at anything he did.
I didn't either.
Anything. I'm kind of disappointed by this.
I mean, I'm cool with Tom Brady losing on the golf course as long as he just continues to win me money on my bookie in the NFL season.
Man, that Super Bowl felt so
and
good.
Adam too.
Hey,
betting on that Super Bowl, like, what idiots are going to bet against Tom Brady? Come on.
No, okay.
Man,
but I'm gonna be honest. Betting on Tom Brady is not dumb. I made a dumb bet that on the Super Bowl that won. Like, because I said that the Buccaneers were going to win between 21 and 25 points.
You did.
So That was a drunk bet. So that really shouldn't have hit. But again, when you bet on Tom Brady, magical things can happen.
What up, Fish?
Who is their promotions person
For
the match? Because I feel like their promotions person is terrible.
Like we didn't know much about this?
Every match, you hear about it the first time they announce it, and then poof, it goes away. And then, oh shit, it's on.
I mean, Capital One put on the event, so
like, what's the point? Like,
they only know about credit cards. They don't really know about sporting events. Like, actually, no, Capital One does a lot of big sporting events.
But this was all the matches. The first one in 2019 of Tiger Woods, it was like, boom, here it is. It's happening in November. And then you don't hear about it until, oh my God, it's tomorrow.
Here's the big issue, is they were competing with Game 1 of the NBA Finals. So
that's a good point.
That they knew. I mean, the schedule was out, right? They already knew.
You still have to push it.
I think
they should have pushed it during the NBA. All the NBA games on TNT, they should have said, the match, July 6th, the match, July 6th.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Joey on this one. I think last time there was a lot of fanfare around it because it was like, this was really a real big thing with everything kind of being so close together with this COVID era, you know, the NHL playoffs, the NBA playoffs, the Olympics. They had a lot to compete against, so somebody was going to end up having to take the L somewhere.
Didn't help that they put it on a Tuesday.
Yeah, that too. So it was just, I think they're just a casual. It was just a casualty of the of all the news that's going on.
But seeing Rodgers and Brady playing catch was pretty awesome. You see it right here, like just a couple legends throwing the ball.
You know what? I'm cool with that because as long as that's the only time I see Aaron Rodgers throw a ball the rest of this year, I am perfectly fine.
Do we think that's going to happen?
Well,
he didn't opt out.
You know what? He could have. July 2nd has passed, and you know from things that I read, he could have elected to opt out before then and kept a lot of his money. So at this point, I'm thinking that Aaron Rodgers is going to pull a Brett Favre. He's going to play. If he were to really walk away from that amount of money and say, I ain't playing, woo, buddy, more power to you. And that will be, you know, how Lions fans, you know, talked about, you know, it would be great to go to a Super Bowl one day. Aaron Rodgers not playing this season will just be a year-long Super Bowl. Because, you know, they still may be the Lions are still going to be a bad team, but at least you ain't got to see the boogeyman this year.
That's two more possible wins that we could get.
Two more
That's the way I look at that.
Yeah.
That's the only way I look at that.
The only light of the situation was the question a reporter asked Aaron Rodgers, asking if he'd return to the Packers this upcoming season. Just dropped a bomb on him during the golf event. He's just said, we'll see. So he doesn't really have an answer, to be honest, but he'll play. It just depends if it's with the Packers or it's somewhere else. But
he's toying with them.
Yeah,
he's toying so hard with the Packers, as he should.
But here's the thing that I don't understand from a GM standpoint. You have a guy that no longer wants to be there, and you can get something for him. Why would you let him retire, get nothing, when you can get rid of him and get something? Oh, well, you're not going to play for us, so you can't play anywhere. I mean, you can think that way. You're entitled to. But it's stupid. If he doesn't want to be there, fine. Bye. All right, we can get this for you. We can get that player and some draft picks, and we can rebuild through the draft like that. Okay, boom. Why not get something for the guy instead of letting him threaten to sit out or threaten to retire or this, that, and the other? Why get off your ego? That is how the GM before David Griffin got hired at the Pelicans. That's how his dumb ass got fired. He refused to trade Anthony Davis when he could have got probably more for him, and he didn't. Got fired. David Griffin came in. What did he do? You can say he helped out LeBron James. Maybe so, maybe no. The point is, Anthony Davis was going to walk anyway, so you got something for him. If Aaron Rodgers is about to dip, get something for him. Get out your feelings.
And I don't understand in professional sports the idea of a power struggle between the GM and a player. I mean, he just mentioned Anthony Davis and, you know, the Pelicans GM. It's just ridiculous. Like, I mean, Aaron's upset. You guys don't surround him with help. You know, get that through your head. He's not upset. It's not like he just has a problem with the organization for no apparent reason. It's like Corey's saying, the organization's saying, if you're not going to play with us, you're not going to play at all type thing. It's like, come on, man. You got to think, and from a business standpoint, it makes perfect sense. You can probably get the most for Aaron. He's coming off an MVP season. And, I mean, you guys traded up for a quarterback. You don't think he's ready in year 2 or 3? I mean, you just signed who's the veteran they just signed from Jacksonville? They signed a veteran quarterback. So it's not like you necessarily need to, you only have Aaron on your roster. So it just doesn't make sense to me. It'd be like if they didn't trade Anthony Davis and they had a power forward already there who they
Talking
drafted.
about Bortles?
Blake Bortles, you're right. Right there. So it just I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, from a fan perspective, it doesn't.
From a fan perspective,
makes zero sense.
And being a Lions fan especially, that's all good. Just get Aaron Rodgers out of here.
Yeah. I don't think anybody in Detroit cares if Aaron Rodgers decides to leave. I believe that, I think that would be a joyous occasion.
And we move on to talk about Hunter Dickinson. And actually, I want to turn this into a full topic at 9 o'clock because we got some things that I want to dive deeper into this. But he is returning for his sophomore season with the Michigan Wolverines. I mean, last year as a freshman, had one hell of a season. And this is what he posted on Instagram and Twitter saying, "Ann Arbor, I'm back."
Shout out. He trying to kind of pull the page from Michael Jordan with the "I'm back." That's cool right there. But I know we're going to go into a deep dive into it. I want to get your perspective on it. I'm just going to simply say, somewhere right now in Ann Arbor, Juwan Howard is doing the blade dance.
Oh,
that's all.
Yeah, 100%.
And we used to see Juwan Howard dancing in the locker room in games. He's busting hardcore moves right now.
Oh man, he's dancing. That's all I'm gonna say.
And I'm excited. I really am. I mean, this is gonna be so good for the team. Hunter Dickinson. I mean, he was amazing as a rookie, as a freshman. I could only imagine now that he has that 1 year under his belt, how he's gonna bounce back because the guy got a lot of potential in his career.
He definitely has. And then just another year with Juwan Howard. It's gonna help, but I don't want to give up my stuff.
And Sha'Carri Richardson will miss the Tokyo Olympics after not being selected for the 4x100 relay team.
It's unfortunate, but she'll bounce back. Again, we all know why she took, why she admitted to smoking marijuana. Because of her mother, her mother, she lost her mother right before her race, and again. THC is a method to, relieve stress, anxiety, cope with depression. So that's understandable, and she'll bounce back. She should not be judged for it.
Social media is judging her hard.
Yeah, she shouldn't be judged for it because...
I mean, it's a stupid decision. Let's face the facts. I mean, you know the rules, and you go break the rules, that's going to happen.
And the thing about it is, the thing is, here's my problem with social media on this issue. Richardson accept the responsibility.
Right.
She didn't deflect. She didn't say there is a witch hunt. I was wrong. I accept the responsibility, and she said she'll be back. Okay. Why is everybody else trying to make this something more than what it is? She went through some things, and granted, she went through some things, but the rules are the rules, and marijuana is a banned substance. It meets the criteria of one of the substances abuse. I don't know. And the thing is, I will say this about marijuana. To me, I don't think it should be on that list. But as of right now, it's on there. She broke the rules. She accepted responsibility. She's 21 years old. Couple more years, she's going to be, 24 around the time the next Olympics come back. Still young enough to get back out there and bust ass. Let's not make the big deal out of it, everybody.
And we talk about the other young chick with social media kind of backfiring for her, Naomi Osaka. This girl having her own little 3-part docuseries on Netflix coming out July 16th. And it's produced by LeBron James and Mav Carter's.
It sounds good because you know what? I'm going to be honest. If you follow the things that LeBron, let's get off of LeBron James, the basketball player. Let's go to the businessman. His Spring Hill Entertainment has produced some great documentaries and movies. One of them, and I can't believe I'm saying this, if anybody saw Survivor's Remorse that was produced by him, was one of my favorite shows when it was out, just being honest. So this is really good. And also too, everybody had something to say about Naomi Osaka, and she should have done this, she should have done that because of her mental depression. And I'm curious to see what she's going to unveil in this docuseries. And again, she pulled out of not just the French Open. She pulled out of Wimbledon. She's pulled out of tournaments to get herself together. If anything, that should be applauded. We always talk about athletes if they need to focus on their mental health, they need to step away from the game. What did she do? I stepped away from the game. Now we're about to see what is going on with her.
I think it's a big thing of just making something out of really nothing. Like it's her life. It's what she's going through. So when she says something she's going through and how she's going to handle it, it's like some people have a problem with it all of a sudden. It's kind of like the Richardson thing. Like she's admitting what she did wrong and how she's going to bounce back. And somehow people still have a problem with it. So it's just really about people finding a way to hate. I mean, the only argument you could be like, you know, she did go about it, you know, a little, you know, not as necessary, but it's again, it's her mental issues. Who cares? It's how she handles it. It's how she, you know, gets it out to the world, and we're just supposed to accept it and just, you know, let her bounce back. But I'm expecting it to be good. You know, Spring Hill, they always kill it, so it's gonna be good.
And lastly, we got to cover our Detroit Tigers and the Rangers splitting the series thus far. Tigers started off by winning by 4 on Monday, and then yesterday lost by 5 runs. And the final game of the series today at 2:05, and Westland's own Eric Haas with a 3-run home run to tie up the game yesterday. This was beautiful. I'm telling you, baseball got the best camera angles.
I was just gonna say that. Like, dang, is it that 8K core? You're like, what?
16K now.
16K. Like,
we're up to 16K.
Yeah, I believe it's that 8K. Yeah, they're getting crazy with this new technology, man. I mean, I could have bought an 8K camera low key. I just didn't, you know, just.
I mean, how do you even use 8K footage?
That's the thing.
Especially on social media, it downsizes all this to like 1080.
You still can't even really use 4K footage on social media, so it's just kind of like, I just looked at it like, damn, it's kind of points for me buying an 8K camera. It's just be like, hey, I got an 8K.
Only person that knows about 4K, 8K, 16K is Adam Baydoun. And he got his bets coming up because he is stacking up with that MyBookie account. So I want to give a quick little shout out to my people at Bridge Street Exchange, and then we're going to come back with what's trending with my boy Jeff, because Bridge Street Exchange is hooking you up right now. 15% off your entire order if you use the code word WSN. Just tell them that WSN online at bridgestreetexchange.com, and that'll get you 15% off your entire order. Or if you go in store, downtown Fenton, Bridge Street Exchange, and Somerset Collection, they're going to hook you up. Just tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Ever since Corey's been wearing this LeBron James jersey around the network, it's been falling down a lot.
And you know, really, that's it. Dan Campbell is going to be the man for the Lions. Don't you agree, Corey? I didn't even touch you.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show. In just a few minutes, we're going to get you qualified. How does $25,000 sound? $25,000 is our 25K kick for crypto, where all you got to do is kick a football in the back of our Woodward Sports Jeep Gladiator for you to win that money, especially right now. I mean, Adam's going to be coming up here and telling us how he wins all this money so quickly. But let's be real with yourselves. You have a better chance probably at taking Adam's advice.
Yeah.
But this is still going to be a fun opportunity.
You never know till you try. You know, give it a boot. We'll see.
No. So what's trending with Jeff? What do we got?
What's trending with Jeff? We got 2 good stories today. They're actually 2 very different stories. One of them is maybe a little inspirational. The other one we're going to talk about as Pistons fans. But the first one comes from Tennessee. It's a young hooper named Hansel Emmanuel. But after a tragedy happened to him about age 11, he lost his arm. But it didn't stop him. I mean, it stopped him from playing his first love, baseball, but it didn't stop him from playing sports. He continued to play basketball. And check out how this man hoops. He is amazing.
Are you serious?
He had 40 points in his high school game the other night. I actually just checked, and he's averaging like 25 and 11.
Wow.
This guy can ball with one hand. So I don't think anybody has excuses.
Hey, you know what's messed up? He only got his right arm. He just went left on him, so he was probably giving up that left.
Yeah, right.
That is talent right there.
He's getting a bucket on you even if you give him his left. I mean, look at that. But
fast as heck, too.
You don't see a lot of guys like that, the ability to overcome things. I mean, obviously baseball would have been harder to swing, but basketball is one of those sports where if you're extremely talented with one hand, you can make it work. I mean, you obviously want to use both, but in his case, he can't. But that guy, he's a real hooper. It doesn't matter what you look like. As long as you put the ball in the net, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I got a shout out my boy Ryan. I mean, he goes by Look Mom No Hands on Instagram. He got no arms. He got no legs. I see the dude skateboarding. I see the guy going swimming. And it's like, we can't even swim. And my man got no arms or legs, and he can swim.
Making me look bad. Making me look bad.
It's just it just goes to show, you know, like, doesn't matter what you're given, you're able to still overcome it and do whatever the heck you are as long as you work hard towards it.
Yeah, because most people have that excuse why they can't do things, but in reality, really there's no excuse. You try to do anything, you work at it, and you can end up being like Hansel. He's really extremely talented.
It's a great video right there.
The second one is, it's something I want to talk about. So they have the USA team getting up, and, some Pistons rookies made it, and Jeremy Grant also made it. Now check this video out of Bam dapping everybody up on the USA team, but look who he doesn't dap up. Look at he daps up everyone. Look at everyone in the entire line. Just doesn't even look at Jeremy Grant. Is that odd to you guys? Is that weird? Is that weird? We did face the Heat 3 times this season. He was the leading scorer. I might add that.
Doing him dirty.
It's a little dirty. He dapped
especially
up.
if you're on the team like that. Come on.
Yeah, you can
that's
tell.
A family
he
right
had
there.
the Detroit Pistons shirt. I mean, he was repping, and Bam just gave him the no look off. It's like, all right,
all good. We don't need any love from Bam's ass anyways.
Yeah, you know what? Screw you, Bam.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the 2 stories for today. What's trending with Jeff?
Nice.
When was that? Yesterday?
Yeah, that was yesterday. That was online.
Why are they still wearing masks?
Probably
high priority people.
Probably regulations.
They have to.
Probably some.
Yeah, it's probably the IOC regulations.
Yeah,
the
I'll
International
look into
Olympic
that,
Committee.
I mean, who knows? Maybe Bam. Maybe they was out there practicing, and Bam got his ass bust. Salty about it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And now it's time to get some money because Adam is here to give you his bets and recap. How was yesterday, Adam?
It was good. 3-1.
Okay.
I killed it. The Mets game got postponed, unfortunately, due to weather shit. So we hit 3 out of the 4. The only one that we missed, of course, was the Tiger. Sorry, Fish. Shit happens.
See, Fish, that's what happens when he listens to you.
But I'm actually going to hurt.
I did warn you.
I'm going to hurt Fish's feelings with today's bets, though.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Please don't hurt Fish's feelings.
All right, Fish. I'm sorry I'm doing this. I'm taking a 90-minute match result between Denmark and England. England, I know you love so much, Fish. I'm taking Denmark as the underdog line.
I'm not mad at that.
You get them at plus 406. Forget who's the favorite. Forget who's the better team. Forget that Denmark on a fairy tale run. It's not important. We're looking at numbers. And if you're telling me in a semifinal match, I get to pick one of the 2 teams in the semifinals, and I get them at plus 406, it's free money for me. So I'm going to take Denmark to win. I'll take the Tigers to avenge their loss last night and cover 1.5 runs. I'll take the Braves also to cover 1.5 runs. I'll take the Montreal Canadiens. Again, look at the number. Forget the series. Forget what you've seen. Look at the numbers. You're getting them at plus 190. You're telling me, again, I get a team that's repping in the finals at plus 190. I got to take it. And then, of course, I got to finish the night.
Fish, could you do that again? I love how you think nobody can see you.
Behind me.
Just do it one more time, please, Fish. Just one more crawl. Like, all I see is Fish in the background crawling.
He had that snake from Metal Gear Solid crawl.
Yeah, but on like the PlayStation,
before
graphics ever got any good.
Go back, Fish. It's okay.
And my last...
Go back.
Damn it, Fish.
Crawl, crawl, Fish.
My last game's got to be the Yankees money line. I get them at almost even money, minus 120. I love it. Those are my 5 games. Parlay them today. $100 gets you $8,900. I love it. And most importantly, bet them individually. If you bet them individually yesterday and you made 4 bets, you hit 3 of them. Like, guys, it's free money here. So just keep listening. Keep betting them individually. Parlays, eventually they will hit if you're just consistent in how you bet, which is what I do. And again, I rely on my individuals to make me money. And God bless Spain and Italy yesterday for going into extra time. That bet won. I put 5 on it. And then the 5 hit.
Put 5?
I 5,000.
Oh, damn.
You know you put big money on that.
Damn. I didn't know that.
Well, it gets better. I put 5,000 also on the Bucks.
Oh, on the over.
And the Suns over.
Yeah.
And it hit.
Wow.
Yeah, so yesterday was a great night for me.
I ain't gonna lie, I did not think, like, halfway through the game, I was like, I don't think it's gonna hit.
The third quarter, I got scared, but then I actually looked at the score, and there was like 4 minutes left. Suns were damn near 90 points.
Yeah.
And the Bucks were around like 67. I was like, wait. Like, the Suns are doing all the work. Like, this is still on pace. I think we can do it. And then CP3 went off to end the quarter, and so did Chris Middleton, so everything was fine.
Man, we got to start getting security for you, Adam.
Yeah, honestly. Like, you know, I just got to make sure nobody knows the passcode on my phone.
Dude,
That's
that is
where all
crazy.
of it is.
That is crazy.
Are you putting big money on the Habs again tonight?
I am. I'm putting 2,000 on the Habs.
Okay.
And 3,000 on Denmark to win.
Do you think that the Habs got a chance at coming back?
I don't think they have a chance at coming back, but when you look at the line, it's plus 190. And same with Denmark. I think England's going to win. But I would be stupid not to bet money on a plus 400 line. They're not that much of an underdog compared to England. Like, it's just not. And they're on a fairy tale run, and we all know how fairy tales work in sports. When it happens and it's going your way, it just goes your way. And there's nothing you can do about it.
I love that you got us watching soccer now during the day.
You know what's funny?
We're right there at the kitchen. We're just all watching soccer now because everybody
was
got
watching.
$5,000 on this game.
Everybody was watching yesterday. I didn't. I believe it was Andrew Jonah who walked up to me. Jonah walks up and he's like, Spain hit. I'm like, what do you mean? Oh, shit, I forgot the game was on at like 3 o'clock. So I went and checked my phone. I'm like, oh, my God, it hit.
And you say, Adam, you don't watch the games a lot of time when you bet because it just makes you better when you just realize you won afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like watching the game is a stressful
It's an
time.
emotional time.
The only time I watch every single ounce of every game is during football season. Like, when I'm betting during football season, I got Red Zone on. I got 2 TVs on the side with certain individual games. Typically one's Lions and the other one's the CBS broadcast. And I'm just chilling. And I watch everything.
Because you're almost 100% hitting on the football season, so at least you can watch the games.
Yeah.
That's
What's
amazing.
up, Fish?
Adam.
Yeah.
I noticed that you didn't put 5,000 on the Habs. Does that mean for the first time you're nervous?
No, I didn't want to do another $10,000 night because it was very stupid of me to do this. Granted, it worked, but still, it's a lot of money you're putting up, so I figured I would just do 5 total. 2 on the Habs, 3 on Denmark, and that would make me feel like comfortable going into the night because, you know, it's complicated, Fish. I wish I could explain to you how dangerous it is to bet with that kind of money.
Oh, I know how dangerous. I just don't do it.
He's got good self-awareness, though. That's key, probably, to betting.
Good self-awareness. He's betting $10,000.
But he knows when to stop at certain points. Like, he just picks his battles very wisely. I mean, can't wait till I can start betting. And Adam can have my phone.
Oh, yeah, you're only 20.
Yeah, a couple more months, boys.
I'm betting $10,000 on games today.
Wow.
Fish, I
Maybe
promise
get a proxy.
you. I promise. I'm going to promise everybody in the chat and everybody at Woodward Sports, come football season, I will be making a $25,000 bet on the Detroit Lions.
To win money line or what
I
you
haven't
do?
decided. Probably spread.
Air conditioner.
Probably on the spread, but I plan on making a really big bet for the Lions this year.
Adam, where is
just
your
to get it out
dream
of my
place to
system.
live?
Huh?
Dream place to live.
Dearborn.
I don't have a dream place to live.
Or, okay, dream place to
I've
vacation.
traveled already, Fish.
Vacation. Dream place to vacation.
You know, Adam used to live overseas.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
done,
yeah.
like,
I've traveled,
the dude's
Fish.
young, but he's done everything he can in his life already.
Yeah, I'm interested in living here and, you know, helping do all of this and
But
and
there's
having
no
a family.
vacation that you'd want to go on?
No, I'm chilling, Fish.
Which, by the way,
my vacation is here.
Which, by the way, you know, Fish is leaving us next week.
Yeah, we're screwed.
We're screwed.
What?
He's leaving us.
What do you mean leaving?
Where's he going?
He's taking
a
a
week.
vacation.
Oh, good for Fish. I'm going to miss him,
A
though.
week?
Yeah,
A
whole
week
saw
without
what-
Fish.
Okay, look, we all saw what the F happened with him being gone for 24 hours.
Yeah,
Yup.
it's okay. We got it covered, Corey. You're gonna go in the booth, and you know we'll. I don't know. We'll get Jonah maybe to sit in your seat.
Oh, so we're really going to F up the show now. Okay, cool.
We're screwed.
Just
Listen,
derail it all. Just derail it.
we're screwed. We're going to rely on Adam's bets to at least win us some money to keep us happy and tell them about my bookie and the code Woodward to get them 50%
Guys,
match.
so simple. 3-1 last night. 3-2 the prior night. Even if you go 2-3, I usually have 2 to 3 underdogs going every night that I give you my parlays and my individual bets. So just use code Woodward. You get 50% of your deposit match. Put in $100, you get $50. $500, you get $250. Long story short, it's a long haul game. Don't be that guy trying to win X amount of money in one night. It's just gonna end bad 90% of the time. You just don't win like that. Bet every single day individually with me. I'm always on the show doing it. It'll be a good time. Deposit today. You help support everything we're doing here at Woodward Sports. And that's it. It's that simple. So we'll see you after the break. Joey's probably going to yell at me, and we'll go from there.
Dick in and out. Coming up next.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our #1 priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show. Yesterday, a big day for the University of Michigan basketball organization because Hunter Dickinson, he was in and then he's out now from the NBA draft lottery and wanted to be moving out to become an NBA player, and Fish is now fired.
Oh, God.
Fish is now fired. It's all right, Fish. We still love you. But crazy news, Hunter Dickinson withdrawing from his decision to leave Michigan and enter the NBA draft. Literally had like 24 hours left to do it, and now we got to talk about this because there's a lot when you start to think about it, because there was one little change from the time that he decided to leave the University of Michigan to head to the NBA, and it was all about name, image, and likeness, and now how college basketball and college athletes can get compensated for their name, image, and likeness. Do you think that Hunter did this because he realized that his draft stock wasn't going to be more than he could possibly make in college?
Absolutely, I believe that his draft stock played a big factor into it. And again, Hunter Dickinson is a great talent. We've seen what he did all last season, but we also saw what he did during the NCAA tournament. Didn't play bad, but he didn't play well enough to do himself any favors to move in the draft. And with the way that he, declared for the draft, he was able to, you're still able to, get evaluations, get projections on where you will land. And I'm just going to assume, based on what he saw, he felt it was good to go back for another year. And also, too, with the name, image, likeness being a thing now where players are able to generate an income, it makes more sense for him. Go back. Get another year of seasoning under your belt. Work with Juwan. You got the #1 recruiting class coming in. Go ahead, go back, improve your draft stock, and then come back out there. Here's something that he said, too. I felt where teams had me going in the draft wasn't where I wanted to be. I am better than a mid-second round pick, and teams told me if I come back another year, they see me as a top 25 guy. I wasn't in a rush to leave college. I really enjoyed my time under Coach Howard, and coming back for another year was always an option. Being able to experience a normal year for me was probably the second most important factor coming back. A reason why I chose Michigan in the first place was because of the social aspect of the school, the football games, the campus, the community. Ann Arbor is a beautiful place, and being able to experience it during a normal year is something I look forward to. So, I mean, about to. So you know what that means? You know what that's code word for me? I'm about to get paid, play for U of M, and get a chance to ball out, and get the chance to live a normal college life. Oh, I'm staying on campus. I'm about to do the fool. I'm about to enjoy all the fruits of my labor of being a top college player while getting bucks.
No, Corey hit it right on the head. He hit it right on the head. I mean, if two things can be true, I'm learning that slowly. You just not to pick a side, because it could be his draft stock, like Corey said. He was projected to go mid-second round.
Oh, he said it was his draft stock.
Yeah, I mean,
he straight up said it.
It was, but also the name, image, and likeness, obviously, being at Michigan, being able to make money, and they're going to play in some big games, and he's going to get plenty of opportunities to get endorsements and sponsorships, especially in Ann Arbor. I'm sure he can find a way. And the kid's got talent. You give him another year, at least get a little stronger. If he lacks physically, especially around the perimeter. Like, he's going to go into the NBA and immediately guard guys like Chris Paul on the perimeter. I mean, that does not sound fun.
Better than Brook Lopez?
Yeah, it probably, honestly, he might be better than Brook Lopez on the perimeter, but he's just not ready yet. So two things can be true, and they both make perfect sense for him. So why not go back, compete, get better, improve your game, and make a little dough?
So let me ask you this, guys. obviously this decision would not have been made. He could have been a first round, second round, third round. It doesn't matter. He made that decision to go to the NBA. Obviously, he wanted that money, and he thought that he had what it takes to be a higher pick than obviously he ended up finding out. If this was not a thing with the name, image, and likeness and making that money, do you think he would have stayed in the NBA draft no matter where he landed?
I honestly still think that he would have went back. Because again, he is okay. Dickinson has the potential to be better than a mid-second rounder. And again, that NCAA tournament, as well as he played last year, he didn't play as great as he should have down the stretch in a few of those games. We want to be real, he got exposed a little bit. Just being, especially with the foul trouble he always found himself in. He made some bonehead plays here and there, but overall, great player. But he did need some seasoning. So I still think that he would have come back. But now with this being an option, I think that definitely tipped the scales. Like, oh, I'm definitely going back. If anybody's familiar with the Ann Arbor area, there's a restaurant there called the Brown Jug. This guy might possibly get an endorsement deal with them. He's gonna have a damn sandwich named after him at the Brown Jug.
Hey, the Brown Jug, man, that's the Pericos, my boys that own it, and that's also where you can even get some 8 Mile vodka. That's the spot to be, honestly. The Brown Jug
during
is
games.
The spot.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna tell you right now, I don't drink as much as I used to, but
when you're there,
but when I'm there, that list of like 60-something shots, oh yes, it's going down.
Yeah, when you walk in there, you got to ask for Perry Pericos, who's the owner, because he's the greatest dude you'll ever meet.
Okay,
greatest dude, and he will make you drink.
Hey, that's not a bad thing for me. But yeah, I believe this. I believe he would have went back either way. But now with this being a thing, he's definitely going to go back. And also too, I think a lot of players are now going to maybe just go to college and stay, maybe and get their and get their degree, or stay a little bit longer to get seasoning. I mean, look at Master P Son, as if this guy needs any more money. He's now getting a $2 million endorsement deal. We were talking with Derek Walton about guys possibly getting up in a couple of thousands. You know, this guy he gets a $2 million endorsement deal off rip less than as soon as he left the studio. Man, these kids are about to be in college getting paid. You know, oh my.
They're going to be swinging in front of their coach, man. Like, coach is about to look at them like, that's what I like, though.
Joey, imagine you went to Oakland.
Yeah.
Imagine if Kay Felder was on campus getting paid. You know that Oakland scene out there with the women and girls.
And that's Rochester Hills, too. Like, that's money. That Rochester money, oh, yeah. He would have been getting them deals for sure. But honestly, like, seeing this happen yesterday, it made me feel good.
Yeah.
Because it makes me feel good that Hunter Dickinson is a man. He can make this decision for himself now. It's not all going to be, oh, I got to go because whether I go to the NBA or the G League, I got to go get the money. Now I could get the money even in college, and he's going to be the first one to really experience that. But, man, especially at Michigan, I guarantee you he had his decision made last week when they made the announcement.
Oh, yeah, he probably like, yep, I'm going back. I already needed to work. Now I can go get a buck.
Yep.
You know, more than likely, I know a guy up there who may probably get him. You know what? I'm going to say this right now. Do not be shocked if you see Hunter Dickinson with a Bill Crispin Chevrolet endorsement deal. He's out there in Saline, Michigan.
Which one's that one? That's the dealership out there?
Well, Bill Crispin is Chevrolet is in Saline.
Okay.
It's like,
yeah,
so that's
right there.
That's basically right there. I'll bet you he's going to have a billboard out there soon.
I mean, like, think about how cool that is, though, that they're allowed to be able to do this now, because obviously I'm sure a lot of this happened under the table doing certain deals and whatnot. Now they're able to just literally do whatever the heck they want and use their name that they've built and use their likeness and their image.
I mean, let's be real. Everybody's saying, well, the kids get a free education and they get to do this. Bull crap. They still need money.
Yeah.
I mean, just because they're an athlete don't mean they should be broke. So, okay, cool. They got some dollars in their pockets while they going to school. What's the problem with that? They can't work. They literally can't work. They don't have the time to really work a job. So why not allow them to make some money off their likeness?
And I think even if they didn't have the NIL, I think he probably would have returned for a couple of reasons, just because his game's not ready. I mean, he can't shoot the ball outside of 15 feet, so that's a problem. I mean, being a big man and you don't really – he plays inside the post, and he's going to the NBA where it's mostly a stretch league. Guys like DeAndre Ayton, you don't have to shoot the three, but they're tremendous on defense and can rebound. So there's a couple things. I mean, I don't blame him. He can improve his draft stock. Even if he wasn't making money in college, he can improve his game and make first-round pick possibly money next year. So it's a good business move for either way, but just throwing in he can make money off himself now in college, it just adds a little sprinkle on top. Like
imagine
more of an incentive.
Imagine the G League coming at him saying, "Yeah, well, come to the G League where they're probably making what's the G League money?
Like a little
six
under
figures
100 or
no?
yeah, a little
They're
under
probably
100.
making like around $50K.
Yeah.
Dude, that's probably one deal for Hunter Dickinson this year. Like legit, I honestly that's a big number for an endorsement deal, but I honestly think he'll be able to pull 50 G deals.
And he's got the University of Michigan athletic training facility. He's got all that stuff along with the endorsements. It's G League is so much different training down there.
We think it's small potatoes here. 50, you getting 50K probably at OCC. You're getting 50. You're probably getting 75K from Wayne State. No disrespect to Wayne State.
No,
we're talking.
no.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
we're talking about the University of Michigan.
We're
talking about Ann Arbor, Michigan, one of the most affluent cities, probably outside of Birmingham. One of the most affluent cities in the state.
I would put it above Birmingham, truthfully.
I'm just saying.
Ann Arbor money's like ancient. Yeah. Birmingham's more like
I'm talking. Hunter's about to be making money hand over fist. It's about to get real serious up there.
Like,
and also too, to add this in there, Hunter Dickinson is coming back with Michigan having the #1 recruiting class. So he's going to have a chance to get paid, improve his game, and possibly win a national championship while having a normal college year.
You know what I love, Corey? Your excitement right now got me feeling like you are his agent. You making that money.
Because I know, first off, last year, when Woodward Sports went up to Ann Arbor and for the Michigan State game,
Ghost Town,
that was BS. That is not a Michigan Saturday. That's not a Michigan football Saturday.
That was a Governor Whitmer Saturday game.
A Michigan football.
That's what that was.
A Michigan football Saturday is this: when you got to get up when it's a home game and you got to be in Ann Arbor at 6 and 7 a.m. just to find a parking spot for a noon game. That's a Michigan Saturday game.
Where you pass out before the game even starts.
Yes.
That's a Michigan game.
Michigan basketball, with the way it's increasing right now, for the evening games, when you're coming off M14 or 94 and you can barely get off a State Street to get to Chrysler Center. That is Michigan basketball. That is Michigan football. Why wouldn't he want to return to that and get the bucket? It's about the... I'm just excited because things are back to normal.
Me too. What he's going to experience, especially being the man on a college campus, because there ain't no man on an online campus. There's nothing.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure Ann Arbor was majority of the year online, if not the entire year. So he never got to experience that. Yes, it's cool to be on TV and be known as the man over at Michigan, but now with all this name, image, and likeness, the amount of money he's going to make. For the NBA now, how they started doing those, pregame pictures showing their outfits as they're walking through the tunnel. They're going to be doing that now because they're going to be rolling in that tunnel with the Gucci, with all them flashing designer brands.
Maybe some sponsorship deals, too.
Yes.
Some shirts, some whatever they got. Hats.
Hold on. Let me get this chat. This guy says something so interesting. Mike G.
Dangerous.
He said, looking for the Hunter sandwich at the Brown Jug and a side of Corey crack fries. Let me tell you something right now. If they make some crack fries under my name, I'm about to be obese. and I'm trying to drop
We'll
right
get
now.
them to do that Hunter sandwich today.
That Hunter sandwich, if he has another great year, that's going to probably be a mid-season item.
I mean, think about it, though. There's nothing that is off table now.
There isn't.
Nope.
It's nothing.
To say you got the Jimmy John's restaurant in Ann Arbor. Go and make a sandwich after him.
It's the same thing. Spencer Rattler, quarterback out of Oklahoma. I think after the first day they allowed college athletes to make money. He did 10, 15 cameos at $125 a piece. Man, talk about. It's basically who can get to it first.
See, I'm gonna be honest. These cameos and all of these C-level players, I'm not gonna knock their hustle because that's probably gonna be the only money they're making. But it looks tacky.
Yeah,
but
he's
looks
getting
tacky.
$125 out of you, so it's
who's paying that?
That's a good point. I'm not paying that, but
who the hell is paying
someone's
that?
getting a video for their kid for $125 from Spencer Rattler.
I'm not knocking the hustle.
No,
I mean,
not
if,
at all.
if somebody pays it, then more power to you. But again, everybody not gonna be seeing the same dollar sign. So you know.
So that's money off of signings and all that too.
Yeah.
Man, good for the kids.
Dude, these kids are gonna be balling.
Let's go.
Rolling up in new whips that we've never seen college kids roll
Nicer
up
whips
in.
than the coach.
Oh, what? I'm talking. They probably not even. You know what? With these deals,
Drivers?
they probably not even gonna be paying for them whips. They might
Deals.
They're just gonna probably be like, you know what, Hunter, drive this for the rest of the season. You
Right.
gotta have this. You gotta keep this logo on the car, but drive this for the rest of the season. You're gonna be a walking advertisement.
Hunter's like, man, you can keep the team bus. I'm pulling up in the Bentley. Like that's a fresh move right there.
I love this, man. Like, honestly, like, obviously this can get really ugly. And, I mean, we had Derek Walton, the other Michigan legend, in here last week talking about this. And the biggest thing that Adam brought up about it was that we got to make sure we're protecting these athletes, giving them the proper help and guidance, because they don't teach money management in school. Let's be honest.
And that's really the one thing that, like I said, when we was talking with Derek Walton, that's the one thing I'm worried about. They need to teach these guys. It needs to be mandatory. Before you sign these deals, before you're able to get these deals, you have to at least check that box of a financial literacy seminar. Take it at your own leisure. You know, maybe with if things start opening back up, do it virtual. I don't think you really have to just make these guys sit in the classroom. But hey, let's just say season starts in 3 months. All right. Between now and 3 months, you guys have to sit and take this 2 to 4 hour Zoom class or Zoom seminar where it teaches you financial literacy basics 101. So that way, when you get this money, you don't let it ruin you. You're able to set up yourself for later on and this, that, and the other. So that's the one thing that I would like to see. But if they don't, hey, more power to you. You can do what you want with your money. I just don't want these guys to get all this bread and they just blow it.
Yeah.
Because this is a prime opportunity to change your damn life while getting your education.
And it happens. I mean, when you get to that professional level, they blow their money. Like, that's just what happens when you become a professional athlete. Most of them, a majority of them, don't come from money, and then they just blow it because they got the family hitting them up. And like, Mike Martin's a good friend of mine, a part of the Michigan organization, and he's actually in financial advising. Like, that's an alumni that I call out to take this upon him to go there and be a leader for the University of Michigan and just use the faculty and the alumni to really help them get into the right direction, because this can lead to lots of issues. I don't want to see that, but they're grown-ass men.
Now, you know what? Speaking of issues, Kendra, the lovely Kendra, just brought up a great point. Will this cause contention in the locker room? You know what? It could, but also, too, at the same time,
it's preparing
I believe it already was, because we already know some of these guys are getting paid under the table. There are some athletes that I know, not going to put their business out there, but hey, they were rolling up to Michigan in Bentleys while still taking class. I'll tell you who when we go on a break. But
there was someone rolling up in a Bentley.
There was somebody rolling up in Bentleys at Michigan, and during his heyday, making money hand over fist. And I ain't gonna say who. I'll tell you later.
You're gonna say it after this.
But it's guys out there making money. So now what this does is,
it's legal
instead
money.
of doing it under the table, now it's gonna be doing it. It's just all legal, because these guys, some of these guys are getting paid. We just don't know about it.
For sure.
Like, oh, put my dad on the coaching staff, or mom gets a brand new house. LeBron James, don't want to make this about him, but this dude was in high school coming and driving up in an effing Hummer. And we know about his background. We know he was getting some bread.
That Hummer was dope.
Even though it was high school, but not college. But again, these guys are making money anyway. Now it's chances for everybody to make money.
And let me ask you this. Easy asked a good question in the chat. He said, we watched the NBA draft night, and we look forward to the glamour from the guys who come from nothing and don't have a lot of money, and they suddenly have money. How do you think this will change? I mean, it's not going to change dramatically, but it's like kids coming in the draft, they're already having money, and they're getting drafted, it's like, yes, you're making significantly more money, but it's like it takes away that, like,
that's true,
come from nothing. Most of these kids, they really do.
See, but here's the thing, though. If you're already at that status, I guarantee you were getting money before that. I guarantee.
That's a good point, yeah.
Some way you were
Under
getting
the table.
money.
Also, too, it eliminates a step. Now we get to see who's really about that life, who's really about it for the love of the game and not about the money. Now you got the money. Let's see if you're going to be lackadaisical and lazy in your effort to get to the NBA or the NFL or whatever sport that you want to get to. I think this is really going to now be like, oh, I'm really doing it for the love of the game now that you got your dollar. But, I mean, also, too, do we really want to continue to keep seeing these stories about guys having to come from nothing? Maybe you know what? Maybe they don't even really want to play basketball beyond college. Maybe some of these guys want to make money, take that and spurn into doing a whole new business or setting them up for another move later on in life. You never know. Some of these guys could be just going to the league just to help their family out and benefit it. Now they can do it before they even touch the court. That's
a good point. I was just thinking about it. Bring up the guys like the Fab Five who plenty of people.
Corey said that last week. They would have made money.
Plenty of people made money off them, and they're trying to make it out of their situations. And imagine giving those guys money in college. Like, that's actually a good thing, to be honest. Now that I think about it, this whole rags to riches thing is a little overrated, but
it's a good story. It's good media content, but do we really wouldn't you want these guys to just have a fair shake earlier if they can? Because not all these guys are going to make it to the league.
Right.
All these guys are not going to be able to get these big sponsorships, but at least for right now, they can try to get something.
UFC 264, The Art of Combat, going to be broadcasting live from Imagine Theaters in Royal Oak. We got Art here. We're going to talk about that coming up next after I give a shout-out to 8 Mile Vodka, because that's just the drink right here. All weekend, 4th of July celebrating. Them bottles were flying off of the shelves. And Corey's talking about the Braun Jug in Ann Arbor, getting me excited to just go hang out there. They're going to be carrying it. And Meijer is the local store for you to go get it. So go to your local Meijer, pick up a bottle of 8 Mile, and support this local, born in Detroit brand. Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports at my favorite downtown Fenton, Bridge Street Exchange. Let's go check out their beautiful store. You know we love Michigan summers. Got to turn up on the lake. Pre-made mixed drinks. They even got their own beautiful Bridge Street Exchange t-shirts. I got mine on. Jewelry, they got you here. I got mine on. Titanium Buzz. If you're not quite ready to ask that big question yet with the jewelry, look nice for your girl. They got polos. And last but not least, the most comfortable shoes on the planet. Hey Dude. They're literally called Hey Dude. Shop here at Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton. Support a locally owned business. And we're supporting another local owned business, Imagine Theaters in Royal Oak. Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show. It is the Woodward Sports Network, and we have Art from the Art of Combat to tell us where we are going to be this weekend.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm a little crazy about this. So 3 days, 12 hours, 35 minutes away from UFC 264, Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier III. The rubber match, they're both 1-1. We're going to be live at Imagine Theater. Party kicks off at 10 p.m. $25 to get a ticket, which when you think about it, the pay-per-view is $70 plus tax. So you could get 3 of your friends.
Thanks for telling me, because I've honestly never in my life paid for it.
Yeah. Well,
never in my life.
Don't tell Dana White that. But anyway, at Imagine, they've got the cuddle couches, so if you're into that, you want to bring your girlfriend and watch it on the cuddle couch, you could also watch it on the massive IMAX screen, which is going to be great. It's an experience. Even if you haven't watched like UFC or boxing or any sport at Imagine Theater, just watching a movie there is insane. You've got the surround sound. We'll be there. People have been asking about prizes, so not only do we have a Jose Cuervo bar light, but we also have a proper 12 bar light, and we have a proper 12 dartboard we're giving away. We have a Conor McGregor cardboard cutout we're going to give away.
Yeah, where did he go? I saw him in the studio.
He'll be in later. He'll be making a cameo appearance. So, but yeah, I'm excited, man. I mean, every single time that I come on here, it's the card of the year. But like I said yesterday, it's a Conor McGregor card. There's a great co-main with the welterweight division between Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and Gilbert Burns. Heavyweights are fighting. A key matchup in the women's division as well. I mean, just overall a great card.
Who's your pick? I know you're giving them later, but who you got
between Connor and Dustin?
The main, yep.
I think I'll reveal that on Friday. I can't tell you. It ruins my bet. Friday, I will give you my prediction.
All right, so we're going to have a bet. And if you're wrong on this, you got to cuddle with Easy on the cuddle couch.
Listen, I know
ass naked.
You've got some
Corey's like, pause.
For one, those cuddle couches aren't that big, and the other thing is too.
Hey, low key they are.
They're big, but they're not that big. The other thing is Friday I'll give our prediction. So it'll be fun, man. It's something that we want to pack that theater. We want to show Imagine some love. There's locations everywhere, but the one that you want to be at is in Royal Oak. I can't stress this enough. Get your tickets in advance. Like, get them in advance, because if you don't, you show up and then you get to pick your seats that night, and they're going to be full. So make sure that you get your tickets in advance.
Yo, all right, I got a question.
Yeah.
About this fight, about this card. On the undercard, which match are you looking forward to the most?
Are you talking about, like, other than Connor and Dustin?
Yes.
Tai Tuivasa and Greg Hardy. It's a heavyweight matchup. Greg Hardy used to actually play for the Dallas Cowboys. Tai Tuivasa is just a beast. The man, literally, when he wins, he takes his shoe off, fills it with beer, and does a shoey and drinks out of it. Like, he's just a legend. And Greg Hardy, I'm personally not a fan of him.
Neither.
Anyone that uses an inhaler in between matches, like, either your coaches are dumbasses or maybe you're just a dumbass. Obviously, I would never say that to his face because he's 200-plus pounds, but that's a great matchup. Sugar Sean O'Malley coming back as well. That man has a lot of potential. At first, I really hated on him just because he claims that he's 13-0, but he's 13-1. He lost to my favorite fighter, Marlon Chito Vera. This card has so much potential to be one of the cards of the year just by how it's stacked. And then, of course, you have the main event, but there's so mmany other fights on the card and on the prelims to look forward to, too.
Well, you know what? I will be honest. I know we're not supposed to play favorites up here, but I would not be opposed to seeing Greg Hardy get his face punched in because, don't know, this dude is of a domestic abuser.
Yes.
So
yes,
it would be great to see him get his ass.
You know, it's easy to separate the art from the artist.
Yeah.
You know, and there's artists that we do that with.
Yeah.
With fighters, it's hard because it's like you want to see them get knocked out. Like, I try not to mention the outside the cage, you know, either criminal activity or antics.
Yeah.
I mean, we could have a 2-hour-long podcast just about John Jones, but inside the octagon, he's one of the greatest of all time. Now, Greg Hardy is new to the division, new to the UFC. He's had a couple fights. He's proved that he's an okay fighter, but Tai Tuivasa is just one punch away from knocking you out. Everybody wants to see Greg Hardy get knocked out, and that's kind of the appeal of the fight. So,
if he were to get knocked out, which round do you think it would happen?
With the heavyweights, it's always early. I mean, unless you're Derek Lewis and you do it against Volkov in the 5th round with 15 seconds left. Like, that's the thing about the UFC compared to, like, football and basketball and, you know, the major four is that literally anything can happen. We witnessed it, I say it all the time, with Holly Holm and Ronda Rousey. You've witnessed it with, you know, a Dobson who was a women's fighter who was, I think, a plus 800 underdog. So with the heavyweights, though, I always try and pick early. I would say it's definitely possible in the first round, if not the second. I don't see a lot of these fights on the card going the distance.
All right, let me ask you something. So I'm a Wonderboy fan, but I know he's versing Gilbert Burns.
Yeah.
Who's your, just quickly,
yeah, I'll give you my pick for that fight.
Yeah.
So Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, he's no journeyman. I mean, he's not, he doesn't have a Jorge Masvidal record. You know, he's ranked for a reason, but he's going up against the guy who lost to Kamaru Usman. And he lost in pretty dominant fashion. He proved that he needed to work on his striking. So you have a karate expert versus a Brazilian jiu-jitsu expert, but Gilbert Burns has hands. And, you know, if you can catch Wonderboy, which is really hard because he's got that karate stance, anything could happen. I think Gilbert Burns still has the opportunity to fight for the title again, and I see him getting the win. I don't think it's going to be easy, but it's also, again, this card is filled with fights to where anything could happen at any given moment. I don't want to say an early KO for Gilbert Burns. I could see him edging out a decision and just being more active, but that's hard against Wonderboy. But I could also see Gilbert Burns knocking him out.
people got to come check it out, man. This event's going to be so good.
How excited are you for this, Art?
I'm excited, but my thing is I've been trained, like my brain has been trained throughout my whole life to get excited the night up. Yeah, until it happens. So, obviously there's a lot of preparation with putting together an event and working with Imagine. They've been nothing but great. Shout out to Proper 12 and shout out to Jose Cuervo, the sponsors. And if you're going
we got the girls going to be there too?
Yeah, the Proper 12 girls will be there as well. And they'll be
I'm excited for that, for Corey to experience.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have the skybox packed with people that are contributing to the show too. We're going to have MMA fighters there. Shout out to Mando Gutierrez, who's going to be out there. He's a fighter out of East Lansing.
Oh, damn.
Going to have some other podcasts out there from the area that can contribute to the show. Of course, Ace and Matt will be out there.
Let's get Austin Bashi from the XFC.
Yeah, I reached out to him, but he's busy growing his hair out and just getting more wins. So
this guy,
I get it. But
he's got a fight coming up in Grand Rapids next month.
That's the other thing with booking fighters and reaching out to fighters. Like I'm close with Colin Aglin, who's going to be fighting in the UFC on July 31st. He's in a camp right now. So it's like, these fighters have these 4-6 week camps to where they don't do anything. They just fight. And it's great to watch the journey, and I hope that you guys will join us. But again, I can't stress it enough. Get your tickets in advance. It's $25. Like I had somebody say, "Oh, I watch them at home." Grab a buddy, and it's still cheaper, and you can get some drinks. It's $50 plus $20 in drinks. You're still cheaper than a pay-per-view at the house.
I'm screwed, and honestly, I hate the Imagine Theaters for this very reason. I watched Tony Harrison's fight on the big screen, and watching a fight has not been the same.
Yeah.
It is that amazing of an experience. The sound, the quality, literally the screen is the size of a freaking basketball court.
Yeah.
And the chairs are comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, what more could you ask for? And they're amazing popcorn.
That's the thing. I mean, I'm not a drinker. I quit drinking like a year ago, but I'm a big
Congrats,
popcorn.
by the way, on that.
Yeah, thank you. I'm a big popcorn enthusiast, so I'll be just slamming popcorn, drinking all the pop, and I hope that you guys join us. Everyone's going to get a prize when you show up. So we have like these Proper 12 mini hoodies that we're going to be giving away. We have like a shit ton of them.
We're going to buy drinks for some of them too.
Yeah, we'll buy people drinks. We'll check in with the crowd during the fights. I want it to be a completely interactive thing because, I love doing the fights in the studio, but having the new home of Imagine Theater, I mean, it's like a dream come true. So
this is going to be big. This is going to be epic. Everybody, if you do not come out to this, shame on you, because Woodward Sports is about to kill this.
The other thing is, too, and I hate to be a dick. I'm not trying to be like, oh, you got to pay to get into the party. We have people here from the network that are like, can I go? Can I go? I've had to push away family members and say, buy a ticket. Like, support a local business. Imagine Royal Oak just went through a pandemic along with all the other theaters. Like,
pandemic is an understatement.
Yeah, I love going to movies for free too, but really support the network, support Imagine Theaters. They're a business that they don't make money unless they fill seats. So, let's support them, and big shout out to everybody there. And I'm excited, man. This is going to be a phenomenal card, and when you have fighters that it's 1-1, everybody wants to watch what's going to happen, and really anything could happen this Saturday.
Hey, UFC 264, the Imagine Theaters. Drop the link, actually, Art, to where people could go and buy their tickets right now.
Imagine-entertainment.com is where you can get your tickets. Just make sure that you select the Royal Oak Theater, and you can purchase tickets. You can either get a regular seat or a cuddle couch, whatever you're into. And, we'll see you out there.
UFC 264, we cannot wait. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be right back with Joey's News.
Hey, guys, I'm D-Mac.
Hey guys, I'm Pilar.
That was a little slow.
Right.
Hi, I'm D-Mac.
I wasn't ready. I was doing this.
Hi, I'm D-Mac.
Hey, I'm Pilar.
I'm Maz. You're lit. Hi, I'm D-Mac.
I'm Pilar.
I'm Maz. We suck.
You suck.
Catch us Monday to Friday, 3 to 5.
Every day, right here on The Hook.
On Woodward Sports Network.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's News. Let's go.
And the Suns, got him on music. The Suns take down the Bucks 118-105. Game 1 of the NBA Finals yesterday. I mean, it went how we thought it would go. Corey didn't know how to predict this game correctly.
No.
He
But
didn't,
we did not know Giannis would be thrown in there game 1. I'll give him credit. I'll give him there.
I'm wrong. I'm not going to give myself any excuses. I'm wrong. It is what it is. I'm going to come. You know what? I've been getting lit up all show. I'm about to come back with y'all ass tomorrow with some good predictions.
With what? If it's anything besides the Suns are going to whoop their ass, you're going to be wrong.
It don't matter. I'm gonna come back better
tomorrow, Corey. I told y'all the Suns gonna whoop their ass tonight. Whoop their ass by 20.
It's still going to be Suns in 5 either way if they take a game.
Like, honestly, like, this Suns in 4 dude is just such a legend because the way that he has really predicted the rest ever since that ass beating took place, the rest of the NBA playoffs has been so damn accurate. I mean, last one wasn't in 4, but still.
Talk about name, image, and likeness. This guy made himself a legend just from the fight he had, and now he's hosting. I see on his Instagram he's hosting after parties at clubs. The Suns
you see the comments? The comments are my favorite thing.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go on. What were you going to say? I was just saying he's a legend, man.
This dude has T-shirts, bobbleheads, action figures. You know what? If the Suns win the NBA title in 4 games, they need to just raise a banner that says Suns in 4.
Get him a ring, too.
Honestly.
NBA champions.
If they, like, I want them to sweep in this series so bad for that exact reason. I'll be pissed because it's less basketball.
Yeah.
But for that exact reason, it would be so amazing.
They gotta raise a banner. They gotta have a float. You know what? I'm gonna do something even drastic. He should be the first fan with a statue in front of an arena because it's gonna be their first
100%.
title, and he called the shot. Why
100%, 100%. And I wish Devin Booker obviously got close with him. I wish it was CP3 because this is gonna be it's gonna be all their first. But CP3, this is gonna be his first. Just in the finals in 16 years of his career, but the first ring for Chris Paul.
If he he ain't 4 more wins away. Now it's 3.
CP3 wins away.
CP3 wins away. And also DeAndre Ayton was another one to shout out. First player with 15 points, 15 rebounds in a finals debut since Tim Duncan back in 1999.
Can't say enough about his performance all playoffs long, all season long. Me and, when Stick was up here, me and him have been talking about, in one series he had to be that dominant guy. Well, he stepped up in that series, and he's been stepping up every game since. So you got to give it to DeAndre Ayton out there playing big man center basketball. Love to see it.
Yeah, he's playing within his game. He knows, listen, I dominate at the inside. I get most of these rebounds. I'm going to keep doing it. He doesn't play outside of his game, and Burke was hitting threes on him, but he stayed composed. He said, I'm just going to dominate the glass. You can shoot them threes, and we saw what happened. So he's a good player, man.
The biggest thing is Buck's going to have to figure out this defense and make
100%.
changes. If they don't, this is going to be a Suns in 4 in an embarrassing manner.
And hopefully, I don't advocate for guys to get their job, lose their job. We do. But if they get swept, hell, if they lose in 5 games, they should open up that door for Mike Budenholzer and kick his ass right out.
Gone.
Get him out.
Bryson DeChambeau and Aaron Rodgers taking down Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady. Tom Brady can lose at things. This is unhuman-like right here. Cannot believe that.
Just by that
Tom
picture,
Brady did.
tell. Just by that picture, you could tell he lost. Look at him. Everyone's smiling but him.
He did.
Hey, you know what he's thinking? At least I kicked his ass in the playoffs.
Yeah, just give him one win, man.
100%.
But you know what? Do we still have that clip of
playing catch?
They're playing catch because I want to say this one more time. Roll that beautiful bean footage. That's the only time I want to see Aaron Rodgers throwing the ball right now. Just leave. That's all I want to say.
Amen.
It's going to be the last clip, hopefully, Aaron Rodgers with throwing the football.
Please, please.
We move on to talk about Hunter Dickinson, who we just really recapped. He's making that return to Michigan. It was about a couple months ago he declared that he was going to the NBA and being in the NBA draft. But he posted this yesterday, and we couldn't be happier. Ann Arbor, I am back.
You know what? I like the I'm back. Like I said earlier, taking a page out of Jordan book. And kind of interesting because they are sponsored by Jordan. I'll leave it at that. But, hopefully this is a great thing for the Michigan basketball team. Could have went all the way last year, but they needed some seasoning. Now they're coming back another year with Hunter Dickinson, #1 recruiting class. Things looking up in Ann Arbor.
UCLA, man. What was that one dude's name that killed us?
Johnny Juzang.
Man,
Juzang, yeah.
That's a name that I told myself I never want to hear again.
You're not gonna forget that name. That guy was a beast all playoffs. I mean, not playoffs, all tournament.
But that's the thing, though. It's like a tournament can really make a career for someone.
Yep.
And now with this name, image, likeness, that could be how they make their money.
It's like Kemba Walker. Remember Cardiac Kemba? Cardiac Kemba. He had the name. Come on, man.
That's a nickname right there.
Kemba Walker is a soft spot, is a sore spot for me.
He's a sore spot?
Yeah, because this is not revisionist history. The dude had an amazing tournament, and the Pistons, for some reason, took Brandon Knight. And then Michael Jordan didn't even waste 1 minute before turning in that pick. Hornet select Kemba Walker. Yeah,
that's my reaction to Corey.
Yeah.
We can have a whole segment.
We can have a whole segment about
Literally.
that, but it was just Brandon Knight slipped for a reason.
Yeah.
And we move on to talk about Sha'Carri Richardson missing the Tokyo Olympics after not being selected for the 4x100 relay team.
It was obvious that was going to happen. She failed the test. She was disqualified from the 100 meters, facing a 30-day ban, really close to the Olympics. Would have put the relay team in quite a bad spot. She made a decision. She broke a rule. She accepted responsibility. I believe she's going to come back better than ever. She has some extenuating circumstances, obviously, and she can come back better next year. I wish she would have applied for the exception, because apparently there is an exception. It's called, I think it's a therapeutic use exception, where she could have applied for that and been able to use THC within reason. But with her parent passing, she was probably she wasn't in her right mind. So don't judge her. She broke a rule, accepted it. Let's all move on.
What up, Fish?
I believe the Tokyo government's going to make a decision tomorrow on possible restrictions, which will determine whether they have fans or not.
What was it currently set at?
10,000.
And fans that couldn't even cheer.
Correct. They cannot cheer. They can't high five, clap. But that's Japan. They're used to it. So Americans were like, "What? You can't cheer?"
Right.
Well, Japan, they're like used to it.
Yeah.
They know not to. They just clap.
I hope it's more of a
for them.
capacity, because I mean, it's the Olympics.
Right.
That's the biggest in sports.
Best athletes all around the world.
And lastly, the Tigers and Rangers have split the series thus far. Tigers started it off winning by 4 runs on Monday and then lost by 5 yesterday. Final game of the series today, 2:05. And right here you see the local kid, Westland's own Eric Haas, with a 3-run home run. Just beautiful right there. It's crazy seeing how the Tigers have been performing since May. Like, that's my favorite stat right there. Just seeing the way that this team and AJ and what they've been doing have really just taken strides into the right direction.
We were talking about this being a really bad baseball team. That was the expectation.
Yeah.
And everybody was okay with that because we're still in the Alavilla rebuild. But they're third in AL Central, not too far away from being number 2. Who knows what they can do? It's really exciting to watch this team, even though they don't have the greatest record in the world. It's really good to see that there's watchable baseball at Comerica Park again.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we talked about the Detroit franchises all collectively moving up as one. But, I mean, like Corey said, in the beginning of the season, the talk was how awful the Detroit Tigers were. And now it's like we're seeing a little bit of light since May. Like, from now on, don't show me the record. Just show me the record since May. All right, I'll just keep looking at that. It makes me happy.
And I got some light for you if you're thinking about a new career, because Northwestern Tech is the place for you. If you're thinking about what's next, maybe you're just sick of your job, 10.5-month hands-on HVAC program. It's northwesterntech.edu. That is where you got to check out right now, because you might have yourself a new career, because heating and cooling, that's an industry that we are going to need forever.
Welcome to the Call Sam Chopper Shop, where you can win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time.
Watch as the Bad Pig Custom Team turns this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
And when it's finished, we'll be donating the bike to Volunteers of America Michigan to raffle off in support of our vets.
A great cause to give back to those who've given so much.
Watch for Call Sam Chopper Shop episodes on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Join Woodward Sports in the Art of Combat podcast for the UFC 264 watch party. Imagine Royal Oak, McGregor vs. Poirier III, Saturday, July 10th at 10 p.m. $25 per person. We'll have drink specials from Proper 12 and Jose Cuervo. Get your tickets now at imagine-entertainment.com.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show. Do you see what I'm holding right now? Stick is going to kill us. It's the Detroit Dog Rescue every single Wednesday. And we got to welcome back Christina first off.
What's up, guys?
Welcome back. We missed you.
I missed you guys. I had a little layover for a couple weeks, but I'm back, and I knew Stick wasn't here, so I snuck something in the studio because you guys are the fun ones.
Man, move in a little bit towards me so they can see you because the camera. Yep. There you go.
Let's see. Can you see?
There you go.
You can see.
Now we can see you a little bit better. And spin the microphone towards your mouth a little bit.
Yeah, see, I need to
so
get my stuff together here.
We are the Detroit Dog Rescue. We are. But tell us a little bit about these little baby kittens we got.
So if you can see, let's hold them up like Simba. Oh, look and say hi. So this is Hoops. We got Hoops and Baller here. So Detroit Dog Rescue is the first no-kill shelter, and we specialize in dogs because of the dog epidemic in the city of Detroit. But I got a call last week from a resident who couldn't get a hold of anybody, somehow found my personal cell phone number, which is fine, and said, I have kittens that have been in my garage and under my house, and I can't find Mom. Mom left them a while ago, and will you come out and check it out? So the team went out and brought back 5 baby kittens. You want to say hi?
Oh, my Lord.
And so we have these guys hanging out with us for just a little while. They'll be up for adoption in about a week. We're socializing them. They're still a little young. But we need to get the word out that Detroit Dog Rescue has a few kittens who need a home right now.
This is an amazing addition to the Detroit Dog Rescue because you know Stick loves his cats.
He loves his cats.
And you wanted to surprise him, and it's the one day, literally the one day.
We have more next week. We'll bring them back.
This is amazing. So how often do you guys actually deal with kittens?
So
Jeff, I'm going to let you hold on because I know you're jealous.
Due to I should have asked you if you're allergic. Due to our mission, we can't spend funds on cats because we're a dog rescue. So we have a team of volunteers and myself who pool our funds and our big hearts together. And when we get calls about cats a few times a year, we'll take them in if they have no place to go. Cats are survivalist. But there are way too many in shelters. So
yes.
So these guys came with us. We're going to find them homes, and they always get swooped up pretty quick. But Hoops and Baller wanted to come on the show, and Corey got a dog from us. Stick got a dog from us. We thought maybe Joey would get a cat. And
man, you don't understand. Like I'm going through a big transition right now, trying to close on a house and trying to just figure out what the next step in life is going to really be. So I can't make that commitment yet.
Of course.
But I'm telling you, I talk to my fiance every single day because
we already know. Well, when you're ready, we'll be.
She's not a big pets person.
Well, we're gonna. Don't worry. We're gonna reel her in. We'll reel her in. It's all good.
Like when you see that little face, like how do you?
Exactly. Yeah.
I am speechless. This is the cutest thing I've ever held.
Look at that. We need that for our calendar. Look at that. A Woodward sports guy and a kitten.
This is great. So it's a cat edition of the Detroit Dog Rescue on the Woodward Sports Network.
Absolutely. And if you're interested in Hoops or Baller, you just go to DetroitDogRescue.com. You can apply just like you apply for a dog. They have some brothers and sisters that look all exactly like them. Camera angle. So we know there's some cat lovers out there. We had to mix it up a little bit.
Oh, we got lots of cat lovers out there. And our favorite thing that we always talk about with the Detroit Dog Rescue is the $5 rule.
Yes, you love that. I love that. Okay, so everyone thinks
it's just so easy. That's the thing, because a lot of times when you're dealing with charities, it's always give me $1,000, and it's like, come on, we can't afford that.
When I came out, I had no experience in fundraising. I just wanted to have a dog rescue. And they said, Christina, you'll never do this. You don't have any corporate donors. And I said, but the average person that wants to donate $5 feeds a dog for a week, and $5 will feed a cat for a month. So. You're
That's
$5,
amazing.
but no, $5 does feed a dog for a week. You guys can always donate, DetroitDogRescue.com, and your supporters always come through on Wednesdays. The dogs eat good on Wednesdays.
And Christopher in the chat made a great point. He said, I'm not a cat person, but these cats are adorable. I mean, come on, you don't have to be a cat person. Look at these little guys.
Exactly.
And Mike knows it best. Those kittens are almost as cute and cuddly as Fish.
Yeah, Fish, you got some competition. These cats are very cute.
Fish, we know you hate dogs. Do you like cats?
I mean, they're fine.
They're
fine. He put him on the spot.
I love Fish.
No, he's lying.
I know.
He's lying.
No, they're good animals.
Okay, you want one at the house?
Get them out of my house.
Your whole opinion would change if you held this catfish.
Honestly, these cats are adorable.
It would not change at all.
We just thank you so much, Christina, for always just being a leader in the city. Seriously, everything you do, even when you get a call for kittens, you are there to rescue them. You probably said no at first, but then you saw them and you were like, all right, we're there, we're coming.
I'm like Fish. I'm not a cat person. I'm going to get a bunch of hate mail now. I'm not, but I got the call and I was like, oh, guys, we got to do this. So thanks for giving us a platform always, every week. We love you guys.
Literally, the comments are all saying Jeff is not giving up this cat. So you came with two.
All right, Jeff.
You're leaving with one.
Bye,
Thank you you so much for being here. Christina and the Detroit Dog Rescue coming up next. We're going to get into Fish's Facts on the Woodward Sports Network.
Good morning, D-Mac.
Is it time? Yeah, it is. Fish!
Go fish. Fish facts.
It's fish!
Fishy. It is that time where Fish blesses us with his amazing facts on the Woodward Sports Network. So what do we got today, Fish?
We have some good ones today. It's Wednesday, July 7, and
Don't say 2 more days to the weekend. 1 more day until Corey's birthday.
Oh, well, yes, that is true. 1 more day to Corey's birthday, but it is 2 days to the weekend.
Screw Corey's birthday. It's the weekend.
No, you guys.
2 more days till vacation, Fish.
I go out to we go out to a video in Australia. They played a rugby game this morning on a weekday, Wednesday test match, and this is what happened in the game. This is how France.
Do you wake up early for these?
I did wake up for this one this morning. And then I listened to
At what time?
Part of in the car. This was 6:06 kickoff. This was around 6:20.
Okay.
Just a great play there.
That's beautiful. What's he wearing on his head? Oh, okay.
That's just headgear. It's not helmet. It's just a.
What does that do?
I know that looks like the football helmet they used back in like the 60s.
Yeah, and even less protection probably. I thought that was like a face mask.
No, it protects some part of their head. I don't know if it does massive help, but they wear it and they enjoy it. Love sports.
You love rugby.
Oh, I just love everything. It's
You do.
just on. We go to facts. We got a fact about the team that scored the first points of the last 4 finals have lost the finals. J.R. Smith, 2017. LeBron James, 2018. Curry, 2019. Crowder, 2020. Giannis, 2021, question mark? So we'll see if that ends up happening. But
that's a good fact.
Yeah.
I actually never knew that.
Stuff that may or may not happen.
That's awesome.
Suns in 4, possibly. Not really.
You think so, Fish?
No, I do not. The Suns, they're doing pretty well, though. They're shooting 87% on free throw, the highest marked by a team in NBA history, minimum 10 games, 25 for 26 yesterday.
That'll get you dubs.
That right there is just so impressive. Like, because seriously, that's the thing that gets forgotten oftentimes. You look at Giannis. His free throw shooting is the one thing that you could rip on. Dude's a good shooter. That's what's confusing.
Giannis sucks at free throws.
Sucks at free
terrible.
throws. Sucks.
Why didn't he get any help?
I mean, it's hard. I feel like that right there, too, makes him so much more nervous at the line.
Oh, yeah. Changes his shot.
He
should
shoot
it earlier. I mean, it works.
Yeah, he should shoot it earlier.
I would shoot that thing right when I got it.
Yeah.
One dribble and shoot it just so I didn't have to hear that countdown.
1, 2, 3.
Players with 20-plus points, 15-plus rebounds, 80-plus field goal percentage in a finals game in the shot clock era, DeAndre Ayton since 1955. Some big names on that list: Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, and, of course, DeAndre Ayton.
Unreal, like his performance. And I mentioned the other stat of how he's the first player with 15 points and 15 rebounds in a finals debut since Tim Duncan in '99. Like, just a lot that this guy has been able to accomplish so early in his career.
Yeah, he's good. I remember watching him at college.
Yeah.
In college, he was just babying everybody.
He was.
It was.
Landed on the Suns. Here they are in the final. We go to today, which is the 7th of July, Wednesday. 2019. Are you guys women's soccer fans?
Yeah, I'll watch some soccer.
The women's national team.
Oh, the US one?
2019.
Oh,
yeah.
man. I love, like, when we won it and all that excitement and all that, like, it was fun to watch.
It was fun to watch. I watched it and I enjoyed it. They beat Netherlands in 2019. We have no birthdays, or there's always birthdays. No important birthdays that you guys give a shit about. There are a few cricketers and a few golfers.
There's an important birthday today.
Oh, is there?
There is.
Who we got?
Today.
I love how Corey's now looking at the birthdays list.
Well, I look at the sports, so he might be looking at Detroit.
Today, on July 7th, 1996, is the formation of one of the greatest wrestling stables of all time, the New World Order.
Oh.
So y'all might not care about that.
This is a big deal.
But the
It's a big deal.
But the NWO did change the game of professional wrestling. That started today when Hogan hit that mean ass leg drop and formed NWO with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. So might not be to all of y'all fans out there, but to me, it's.
I gotta get Brooke Hogan in the studio one day. Next time she's in town, we're gonna get her in here so you can go crazy and ask a whole bunch of things about her dad.
Well, shoot, you know, as hot as it is in here and all that plastic surgery she might melt.
Fact.
Happy birthday to New World Order.
She still look good though. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah,
she does look good.
Yeah,
she look good.
Well, if they come on during the Baligian Bell show, they can use the AC. We have 2 weddings today, by the way.
You got no birthdays, but you got 2 weddings for us?
Well, we have no important, but I could have named you some cricketer that you don't give a shit about.
Who got
So what's
married
the
that got
point of
later
that?
divorced? Please tell us.
Walter Payton, 1976. Walter Payton weds Connie Norwood in L.A., and George Gervin weds Joyce King in 1976.
Beautiful. Love
Both
is
of them
in
were
the
actually
air,
in
Fish.
1976, so 1976 must be a famous year for weddings.
Do they divorce, Fish?
Does not tell me, so I'm
All
assuming
right.
the answer is no, but they probably did because that's how things happened back then. Sometimes, not all the time. Anyways, I'll stop talking. Those are the facts. We'll be back for Thursday.
And now it's time for...
Now it's time for Dumbass of the Day with Joey. It's coming home.
The Detroit Pistons select Darko Milicic.
World's dumbest criminal.
Well, so much for me calling him savvy because he had no idea where he was on the field.
When he crosses too many timeouts, it's a technical foul.
Dumbass!
I would like to thank @Corey E. Woods on Twitter for this dumbass. Because I'm just scrolling.
With a K, Corey with a K.
Corey with a K. I'm just scrolling, minding my own business on Twitter, and all of a sudden I see this hardworking man at the train station mopping the floor. And also take a look at what someone else does.
This is in New York, too. I mean, this is like stuff you see in New York. Like at Manhattan, just someone, oh my God.
Hey, I won't lie though, sometimes when there's a long line at the bathroom and you got to go.
What do you think the first thing that came to his head when he turned around and saw a man
But you gotta
squatting in his bucket?
you gotta turn the audio up on this one. It's so hilarious.
He went right back to taking a shit.
Come on. He's like, I don't get paid enough for this, man. This is just not worth it.
Oh, you know what? I would have quit right there at that moment.
He went back. That's my favorite. Like the other day we were talking about the Brinks man. It's money. Of course you're going to go pick it all up.
Yeah.
He fought a damn near half-assed naked dude.
No, there are some things that happen at work where if it happens, I'm quitting and I'm not coming back. I quit my Disney internship over something that was pretty foul.
Really? What'd you do? Long story?
Yeah,
I'll try to tell this story real quick.
We have time?
Well, oh crap, we do got 3 minutes. I can't tell this story.
There we go.
All right, look, so I was interning at Disney World. I did my second stint because I just loved working there at the internship. So I was working at the Animal Kingdom, and there's this ride. If you've been to Animal Kingdom, there's this ride called Dinosaur. So as you're getting on Dinosaur, you know, when you're loading people onto the rides and whatnot,
yeah,
you know how you got to press the buttons and everything, and you know there's a little command center, and it's me on one side, and this other guy on the other side, and there was this mic that was hanging out,
like a microphone.
Yeah, like a microphone.
Yeah, okay.
So the mic that for some reason that day the mic just kept hitting me in the face, and I got frustrated, and I just slapped the shit out of it. Just like, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this mic hitting me in the face. Kid you not. The guy next to me said, I don't know about you, but I like long black things hitting me in the face.
Oh.
At that moment.
Wait, it was a chick?
No, it was a guy.
Oh.
At that moment.
Corey.
At that moment, I was just like, you know what?
This ain't worth it.
This ain't worth it. I literally, within 48 hours, I booked the flight home and left my second stint at Disney. I was out.
Yeah, I can't even.
I can only imagine you going for a job after that, and the last thing on your resume is Disney, and they call your former employer and they ask him, "Hey, what do you got to say about Corey and why did he leave?"
Yeah,
and that's the story.
That's the story. That is why I completed my first internship there successfully, but that second one, when he said that, I was already having a bad second internship. That right there was the straw that broke the camel's back. I was like, I'm out.
That'll do it for you. Listen, sometimes you got to fight and protect the brand for your job, but for this dumbass of the day, you got to protect the broom.
You got to protect the broom.
Literally. The mop. Literally. Woo. Thank you so much for waking up with the Morning Woodward Show. Stick will be back tomorrow, and coming up next, we are going to have, you know what I realized?
What?
Fish, I didn't do our 25K.
Ooh, we did.
I didn't. So we got to have you comment right now.
Comment Corey at Disney World.
Oh,
comment, just comment mop. Just put mop, M-O-P. Better yet, big black things. Comment big black things on the chat right now, and you're going to be qualified for a chance to win and participate in our 25K Kick for Crypto, where all you got to do is kick the football in the bed of the Jeep Gladiator, and we're going to pick one winner in the comment section. So comment right now, and thanks again. Your next chance coming up at noon with Baligian and Bell. We're out of here.